Hey, welcome to my channel. This is actually the video that made me realize I need a fresh start. I had posted it to my other channel, but I really think it deserves to live on here. On this channel that's being built for moms and women like you and I that are rebuilding and working on ourselves, becoming the best version of ourselves that we can be. I keep asking myself like why I want to do this because sometimes I try to talk myself out of it. I'm like, Kelsey, like just stop. Just give up on YouTube. You're fine. But there's still something always in the back of my mind that's like, Kelsey, keep going. Whatever it is, I want you to know that it starts with you. It starts with you believing that you can do it, because if you don't, then you won't. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I've been planning out my April reset, and it's a couple days late because again, I'm getting stuck in this, like, I need it to be perfect. My setup needs to be perfect. Right now, the baby's napping. I was like, you know what? I have a few minutes. Let's go ahead and film this. I can't believe that we're in April already. It feels like the year just started. And yeah, that's just so crazy to me. If you see me looking down, it's because I have my sketchbook journal thing here with me. So this is where I write everything down, and then I like to go back and kind of read. Just kind of helps me like dump all my thoughts out and then build a priority list and really just get everything on paper to be able to organize everything as much as I can and then get back on track, because there's so much going on in here that I need to be able to do that so that I can get myself together and be able to move forward without missing important stuff. This first quarter of the year, I've given myself a lot of grace. I haven't set like really hard goals for myself because my primary focus has been to be with my baby, to be present, to make sure that he's getting all of the attention and nutrition that he needs. I do exclusively breastfeed, so just making sure that I'm eating enough, just not putting too much pressure on myself because I don't want to stress myself, because I've heard that too much stress can affect your milk supply. So really just trying to give myself grace, give myself time to rest, to eat, to play with the baby, to just be present in the areas of my life that are most important to me right now, which is my family. So I haven't really sat down and like thought about specific goals. I had said that I wanted to compete pretty soon after having the baby, which I did back in February, but I didn't put a lot of pressure on myself to lose weight. I have been able to lose weight and I'm not back to my pre-pregnancy weight yet, but I don't want to get back to that weight just yet. I feel really good where I am. And I think that's most important. I don't have big like tournament goals right now. So just focusing on my nutrition, making sure that I'm eating well and that I'm feeling good, which thankfully I am. So again, the past few months have been really focusing on my family, really looking at our finances, making sure that our budget is on point and that we're able to kind of tackle our financial goals that we have and go into the second quarter feeling a little more confident in ourselves and our family. So this month, I do want to start tackling a little bit more and putting a little more pressure on myself, still giving myself a lot of grace, but giving myself a little more structure and deadlines in order to be able to start really reaching the goals that we have a little faster. Some of the things I need to do is like go through our closet and take out clothes that we're no longer wearing, myself, Alvin's, and the baby's, because he's going through clothes so fast. But thinking back on March, um, March was a really slow month. We didn't have very much going on, so it was just a lot of focusing on like our finances and again making sure that the baby and our family are doing well. He started solids last month. He started crawling. He's pulling himself to standing. He's just a very mobile baby, and it's awesome to see him hitting these milestones. He's growing so fast, and it's insane to me. He's going on 7 months now, and he's really been enjoying eating solid foods as well. I started him with a meat stock. He's been eating like eggs and carrots and sweet potatoes, bananas, papaya. He's been loving it all, and he actually gets mad if I'm eating and I don't give him any. He kind of starts fussing until I start feeding him, and then I know that like that's what he wanted, which is kind of funny to me. I didn't expect that. But anyway, so that's what March was about, just really focusing on the baby, getting him starting on solids and getting our schedule together. He has gone through like a huge developmental leap this past month. So it's been a lot of like nursing and contact napping because he's been very attached to me, which I've heard and read that babies get like that around this age, especially if they're going through like that developmental leap. And if they're teething, which he has the two bottom teeth coming in. They look maybe halfway out. I don't know. Anyway, it's just really exciting to see him grow. I'm sad because I do miss him being tiny, but it's also really exciting to see him grow. One of the things I've really been struggling with though is finding time for myself, because I don't know, I have this anxiety of like leaving him with other people. The most I've been able to do so far is leave him for like an hour when I go grocery shopping. If he's asleep and Alvin's asleep, I'll be like, hey, I'm gonna go grocery shopping, leave him with Alvin sleeping, and I'll go, and then I'll come back, and he'll usually be awake and he's like in a good mood. And then soon after he'll be hungry, so he'll nurse, and then we'll go about our day. I started weightlifting a little bit more last month as well, which I'm really excited about because it feels really good to be able to lift weights again and be in the gym. Before, I was doing a lot of like workouts at home, and while it felt good, it doesn't feel the same as when you're working with a trainer and getting pushed or being told to rest when you need either one of the two. When it comes to like my health and fitness, I want to try to get a workout or training session in at least 4 times a week, 6 times a week if possible. Again, I've been really struggling with leaving him, so sometimes we'll go to the gym, but he is awake and doesn't want to just like be in his car seat anymore. So I'll hop off the mat and I'll let Alvin train. But if we do that, then the next time we go to the gym, he'll be with the baby and I'll be training. So kind of having that option to take turns is really nice. I think I feel really bad. I have like this guilt. I guess it's that mom guilt that people talk about. I didn't really understand it before. If I ever saw a mom like struggling to leave the baby or whatever it was, I would tell them like, hey, they're safe, they're okay, I'm here with him or her or whatever it is. I felt like I knew that they needed their time. But now being the mom trying to do that, I still know that I need that time for myself. But it's really hard to push past that and leave him. So I haven't forced myself to do it, but I think it's coming, even just for a short period of time, because I know he'll be okay. He's a pretty chill baby, so I think he'll be okay, at least for an hour. I don't know. We'll see. So I have like work goals outside of this, but I wanted to make some goals for this channel here, and again, really focusing on like what I can control. And of course, I can't control like my subscriber count and all that stuff, but what I can control are the videos that come out. I really want to try to get a video a week, if not 2 a week. And I want to start drawing again, but because I feel like I'm juggling so much, that's not something that I'm prioritizing daily. I want to take maybe 1 or 2 nights a week and just kind of draw what's in front of me, or if I have an idea for a design, kind of sketch it out, and then maybe go back and clean it up or whatever if I really like it. I have these Progress Over Perfection shirts. They're the blooming flower rose shirts that have Progress Over Perfection under it in cursive. I have a lot of those shirts because I ordered them before I got pregnant, and then they came in and then the baby was born, and I really just hadn't prioritized getting them out there, but now they're out there. I'm going to post it on my Etsy shop, or if you know me and you want one, just shoot me a text or a message and let me know and we'll get it to you. I really, really want to declutter because right now we have a bedroom that is full of baby stuff and our stuff, and it's just, there's a lot of stuff. And I don't like having a lot of stuff. So I'm really going to go through that. And again, pull out stuff that no longer fits us, no longer fits the baby. Sorry about the noise if you can hear that. I think they're working outside. I really want to start getting myself into a morning routine. But these past few days, the baby has been nursing a lot at night, so I wake up a little more tired. And again, this season has really been about giving myself grace, because if you've known me for a while, you know that like I would wake up at 5 a.m., I would work out, I did a lot before having the baby. But I don't see myself doing that with the baby, especially while breastfeeding, because I'm really determined to breastfeed for at least a year. And I don't know, maybe it's a little paranoia or something, but I just don't want to mess with my supply. I'm really grateful and thankful that I've been able to breastfeed for this long. So I don't want to do anything that'll overstress my body and cause my supply to drop. So kind of going based off of how the baby's doing. If he's starts sleeping through the night again and waking up at 7:30 on his own, then I'll start getting up at 6 a.m. because I'll be able to rest more at night. But if it keeps going like this for a few days, I'm just going to keep giving myself this grace, because rest is just as important. Other goals that I have are meal planning. I want to be better about meal planning. I've gotten comfortable with a few recipes, maybe like 5 to 7 recipes that kind of are on repeat, but Alvin and I do get tired of them. So I'm trying to mix in different recipes. I actually just tried that viral meal. It was sweet potatoes with ground beef, cottage cheese, avocado, and then a drizzle hot honey on top is what they did. I just did regular honey because I don't like spicy, but it was delicious. So I want to start finding different recipes to try out, maybe like once a week at least. That way we can kind of mix it up, and if we love it, kind of put it in rotation, and if we don't, then we don't try it again, of course. But if you have any recipe recommendations, let me know. We're not very picky, so we're open to trying things. All right, so we're in a new month now. Those are the things that I'm kind of focusing on this month. Let me know what you're working on, and if there's something that I can help with, I'd be more than happy to. I like to do these kind of sit downs with myself at least once a month so that I know like what I'm working on, and I can kind of reset and refocus and make sure that I have an idea of what I'm working towards. Just because I think it helps me feel better knowing that I have something to work on versus like just kind of living life and not really knowing what I'm doing or where I'm going. That gives me a little more anxiety because I'm like, what am I doing with myself? Getting ready to film this, I've been like back and forth, and just I have to remind myself like why I'm doing this, and it's really to hopefully help somebody out there that's just struggling with themselves, with their health, with their mindset, whatever it is. I keep asking myself like why I want to do this, because sometimes I try to talk myself out of it. I'm like, Kelsey, like just stop. Just give up on YouTube. You're fine. But there's still something always in the back of my mind that's like, Kelsey, keep going. Just keep going. I don't know why exactly, but there's just something in the back of my mind just telling me to keep going. So here I am. I'm going to keep going. And hopefully this reaches the right people and it helps you, and it helps you move forward and progress towards whatever goals that you have, whether it's fitness or financial or career goals, whatever it is. I want you to know that it starts with you. It starts with you believing that you can do it, because if you don't, then you won't. It's as like simple as that sounds, it's probably the hardest thing to do, because there are so many times, like with my fitness journey, for example, I started out like trying to change my diet and all this stuff, but in the back of my mind I was like, maybe I'm just always meant to be like honestly, like maybe I'm just always meant to be fat, maybe I was just always meant to be this ugly, maybe I was just always like, that's how I would talk to myself. And it's sad because I don't talk to myself like that anymore. It's just sad knowing that I did, because I know how much that hurt me. So if I see other people like struggling and speaking negatively about themselves, of course I'm like, don't talk to yourself that way, because that's what stops you from actually making progress. That's what stops you from actually moving forward. I think a lot of people don't realize how important that is. So that's why I'm here. I'm here to remind you that the way that you speak to yourself is really going to dictate the direction that you go in. Because starting something but still speaking negatively to yourself is going to make you stop a few days later. But learning to love yourself and learning to encourage yourself and change those negative things that you're saying is what's going to help you move forward, whether that's in your fitness, in your career, in your finances, and whatever goals that you have, that's what's going to help you move forward. Let's start the month out strong. Let me know what goals you're working towards and if there's anything that I can help with. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really hope this helps someone. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Take care.